Hello chums and welcome to another Let's Play with me, RC, here on Video Chums. Today we're going to be playing a bit of Astroneer. This is actually a pretty cool, almost like, I guess you could consider it a survival space simulation type of game. I actually got through the tutorial yesterday and I was having a lot of fun with it. There is a lot to learn though. So this Let's Play may not cover everything, but it's going to cover, you know, at least a basis for what you're going to be getting into and at least give you a firm idea of whether this is a game for you or not. Just so you know, before we do get into it though, anything that we play today solo, you can actually also play co-op. They do have a co-op menu where you can play with your friends in the game and do the same kind of stuff. So if you end up playing it solo, you find yourself struggling, you want to have a friend help you build stuff or collect stuff, you can do that, which is very, very cool. I also want to point out, too, that this game is technically, we're playing this before the game releases. So anything you see today is liable to change when the game actually comes out this week. So, they do have a bunch of tutorials here, though, that you can go through. They have a full tutorial that you can play through, so that way they launch you into space, get you onto a planet, and they have you walk through a pretty easy scenario to make sure that you get how the game is going to work. And I played that yesterday. I feel like I understand the game pretty well. We're going to get into it. Hopefully we don't get stuck because, like I said, there is a lot to it. So let's get into a new game. Wow, it looks like you can actually pick from all these different options for your character too. So when you start a new game, you can pick between like all these different suits that you can wear, which is kind of funny. We're going to stick with just the normal suit, because all the suits actually do different things, and they offer different colors for each one as well. We're going to go with Exo Green because I am a green fan. And we're going to go with a mirror silver with the character here. And I do like that you can actually change things like that as well. It does show that there's emotes too, which is something they don't cover in the tutorial. So maybe we'll jump into the options and find out how that all works here. Let's confirm these settings and start the adventure. So here we go. We get launched off. Going to some unknown planet. Here we go. Ah! Pretty freaky. And here we are. We've made it. No crash landing, though. So hit F to exit, and here we are. This is our little space station, our shelter. And over here is our landing pad, which is where we're going to have to eventually build a rocket if we want to get off of this planet. You can see this little, well, tether is the tether. This will actually attach to whatever nearest thing, you know, that will keep you sort of grounded to reality. There's a way for you to get completely lost on a planet without having any idea where you are, which is what the tethers are for. It's really easy to go like a mile in one direction, turn around and go like, oh wait, which direction did I come from? Which is kind of interesting. Alright, so we examine the launch pad here. Deploy a startup package. And in the startup package, we got an oxygenator. If we hold F, it'll unpack. We have a let's see, a medium printer. You're going to need a printer to print cool stuff. So let's go ahead and unpack that. And there it is. Now what's cool about this is we can actually pick that up. We can put it over here. And of course, once we get the items that we need to print things, we can print from there. So you can print anything from like generators to, well, geez, we can go in here and we can see, right? You could build a bundle of tethers, which we're going to build first, actually. Oxygen filters, canisters, a work light, which we should also create. And it'll let you know what kind of thing you need to collect to actually create that item, too. So, for example, if we want to build a tether bundle, we need a compound, which what you're going to do is you're actually going to go out in the wild and you're going to use this little device that collects these items to be able to... it'll basically suck up things that you could use to use in your printer, I guess is the best way to put it. We do have a wind turbine here. Can we take this? Yes, we can. We will... Okay, we'll just take this for now. Take it back to our homestead over here. Because eventually we are going to need power, and that's the whole thing. So we'll just place this right here for right now. What else do we have here? We got oxygenator. Provides oxygen flow to tethers and power cables. So we're going to need that for once we get our tethers all set up here. And I believe that should go here. There we go. And you can actually pick up items too, and you can put them on your backpack like that, which is kind of fun. So if we want, we can put it there. Hold F, unpack it. And right here we have our starting platform, base building item. Now, if we have something on here, let's see, spin around, there we go. So for example, if we put this platform here, we grab this guy, we can attach that here, and then you get these little cables over here. We will grab this one here. You can plug it into your space station there, and now this thing is getting power. And it converts wind energy into power, so this thing should start turning, hopefully. Oop. Some of these have an on switch, some of these items I haven't actually messed around with either. This wind turbine is not something I've actually had the pleasure of playing around with yet. Oh no! And if you do that, of course, it's going to explode everything that you were just playing around with. So let's get our stuff back out again. We're going to grab that, put it back here, unpack. Grab this. Oops. Let's grab that again. Unpack. Now let's put this back up there to create oxygen. There we are. And let's get this guy out one more time. So of course, the lesson there, be very careful with what you touch and what you do, because you could completely break something if you're not being careful. Alright. So, we have our printer here, and that will print large objects for us. And if we hit the E, there we go, there's our item. So this is our item that's going to collect stuff for us. So we need to go collect compound to create tethers. But you could suck up just about anything here. So for example, see how we hover over this plant and it gives you that sort of like green organic symbol? If we suck that up, you see it'll start building this organic item behind our gun there. See it building up there? And eventually you'll build it big enough so that way you'll have a huge item there that you could use to build something, which is kind of fun. What do we got here? We got another platform with some debris, which is salvage. So I haven't learned how to deal with salvage yet, but we will take that back over here. And we will also take this guy here. There's more debris there, too. Can we pack this guy up and take the platform, or no? We don't need the plug. We have more debris. Now, the other thing we gotta do, too, is we gotta make sure that we stick around and get oxygen. We gotta find a compound so that way we can make the tethers, so that way we can, you know, get further away from our place without actually losing ourselves here. See, right now it says I'm suffocating, so I gotta get back, actually. But the unfortunate thing is I don't have any tethers that came with me on the ride here, it would seem. So there we go. Now we're breathing again. See this little meter on the back of his backpack? That slowly goes away as you go. So you can see now that in our gun here, let's see. There we go. If you pop your backpack out, you can actually grab your gun, and you can grab the organic material. Don't make a liar out of me. Come on. Maybe it's not big enough yet. Maybe we need a bit more. Let's go grab a bit more organic material. There we go. It gives you a little ding to let you know that you filled one up. And now when we go back to our backpack, you can see, oh, we have a full one here. So those I usually leave over here by my station, because you're not going to need them on you at the moment. But we do need to find some compound. Alright, we got organic material. There's debris. There's another space shuttle egg thing over here. Space capsule, I suppose you could call it. Here's another backpack, too. Let's put that away. Sometimes if you find backpacks out here, sometimes you'll find items in there. Here we go. Here's some oxygen filters. For some reason, I can't pick those up. It won't let me pick it up. I don't know why. But we still have not found compound. Compound is a very interesting little... There's some right there. It's this thing right here. So we found like just a little bit of it, but we need to find more of it. Normally there's like a whole mine of it somewhere. There doesn't seem to be any of that anywhere. I gotta get back and get more oxygen. So let's fill up our oxygen. We'll head out this way here. There is something out that way. Like some kind of a big space station type of thing over there. Another big capsule. But this is the name of the game here, guys. There's a huge compound field over there, so we're gonna head there. But this is the name of the game. It is all about exploring and finding things and building things and whatnot. And in a way, it's one of those games that's like relaxing, but at the same time kind of stressful, if that makes sense. There we go. We're gonna get all the compound we can here, just so we don't have to keep making our way back. And we got half oxygen. We can go explore this thing. Refill internal power supply to unlock that thing. Okay. We got to get back to our home base here. But now we can make tethers, which is cool. Now the tethers are going to make it so that way we can connect to our original space station and be able to keep breathing, which is nice. Because breathing is good. Breathing keeps you alive. Very important, right? We're almost there. There we go. Okay. So now what we can do is we can go to our backpack, and through here you can see tether bundle is currently selected. Here is our compound. Since we got a couple full ones, what's going to happen is we can now hit the print button. It's now going to print the tethers. And there we go. Now tethers are now printed. So those can hang on the top of your backpack if you want. And the compound can kind of sit here. We're actually going to build another tether bundle here. There we go. So now at this point, you can actually, you see how long the rope goes? I use that as a guide for where we can put tethers. So if you hit T, you can put a tether down. And once the rope goes away, that's how you know you don't have enough length for the tether to reach. So we'll just keep on going this way here. Now you'll see that my oxygen bar on my backpack is now staying full because that is connected to my space station, and that's how we can keep breathing. So right now I'm just kind of branching out just a little bit so we can explore a bit. Now what's cool is that you can just run along these tethers. It'll keep a tether connected to it, keep you breathing, keep you alive, which is obviously the name of the game here, right? All right. Before we take off though, we need to figure out what we're going to build next. So we got our tether bundle. We can honestly just build another one just so we have it, because tethers are important. We might as well keep it. Let's see. Oxygen filters. We can get a canister. A canister is somewhat important. What's a work light need? Copper, produced by smelting furnace, which we don't have yet. So here's the other thing, too. Oh, a power generator might be important, too. And a small printer. We've already got a medium one. But printing a small printer, or making a small printer, is important, too. We might have to go get some more compound to build that. But if you hit tab at any point, you can actually check out a lot of the other things that you can learn to build. So, for example, like if we want to build, let's see, tethers we already know. So the pink is what we haven't learned yet. So you have small oxygen tanks, portable oxygenator. You have a small solar thing, a small wind turbine, power cells, small battery. There's all kinds of stuff that you can build here. But the next thing we should probably build is a small printer, because a small printer will help us build certain little things that we don't have yet. And I'm sure the small debris is actually used by something we haven't built yet either. So what happens if we actually go in here? I haven't done that before. Oh, it saves your game. Okay, that's good to know. I hadn't done that yet. All right, we need to go find some more compounds. So what we're going to do here, since we can tether to that, we're going to build one here. And we're just going to go way out and explore. Now, I don't know that this game has any enemies in it or any monsters or anything like that. I sure haven't run into anything yet. Oh, that one just barely reached. So if they do exist in this game, I have not seen them. But that's not to say that they don't exist. Because they very well might. And I'm not seeing any compound anywhere. And we're almost through our tethers here. Now, as far as I know, these planets are also randomly generated too, so it might be one of those things where one planet might be way harder to deal with than another planet, which is something to keep in mind as well. Because you might find like tons of compound on one planet and then nothing on another. And we found like a small patch of it. Oh, that one was not quite close enough. But what's cool is that if you do place one that wasn't close enough, you can always pick it up and move it. You can see your home icon though, which is helpful if you do get lost. Here's a moon buggy. We got debris, 2 junk for salvage process. So yeah, it sounds like you can actually salvage stuff, which is kind of cool. Let's keep tethering here. Oh, look at that big meteor moon or something that's like orbiting around the planet. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I like that. I really actually like the art style of this game, too. Hey, there's some compound over there. And I think we're just out of tethers, so that was like perfect timing. But yeah, I really like the art style and the look of this game. It's got this like fun sort of look to it, you know? But it's one of those games you can't take too lightly. You gotta take it somewhat serious because, I mean, you could easily go down, you know, without paying attention, or if you're not paying attention, you know. These caves too, we haven't explored any of these caves, but these caves sometimes hold little treasures and secrets in them as well. Okay, we got plenty of compound. Well, maybe not plenty. Let's refill our oxygen real quick. Then we'll get some more here. Let's go. There we go. Now, as you could tell, too, the other thing that this little gun does... There we go, now we got 2 things of compound. We're gonna go for 3, though, just so we don't have to run all the way out here again. You can see that this little gun actually, you know, creates holes everywhere, which is pretty awesome. You can completely reshape your area if you want, you know? You could, it's almost like a building simulator at times, too, which is kind of fun. Alright, we're gonna follow these tethers back home again. And you're going to find that the organic material is everywhere. Like, organic material is so easy to find. It's like literally everything you look at. It's flowers, it's trees, it's plants. You're never not going to have organic material, but the other material is harder to find. And some material that you'll need for creating things is actually created from material that you find. Like, you have to put, I forget the name of the material, but there's a material you collect that has to be sort of smelted or harvested into something else, which is kind of interesting. Here's a research sample. You gain bytes by actually researching little things you find here, too. So if you find something that looks interesting, like a pink item like that, you can research it, and then you get bytes, and those bytes can help you research other things as well. So it's interesting, while I love the art style of this, and it looks really cartoony, some people might look at this and go like, ah, that's, you know, that's nothing, but it's actually a very deep game. Like, I've literally only played the tutorial and now I'm playing this, so I'm still learning as we go, and personally, I'm having a lot of fun with this. Alright, let's build our small printer. See if we can get somewhere with that. Alright, we want to build, let's see. Small printer. Let's make it. There it is. And the small printer, I think we can attach to that. There we go. There goes the wind turbine. Now you see the small printer, we can turn, I believe it's the organic material? Or is it something else? It must be something else. Well, we can put the organic material in the side of the house, which is kind of fun. So we need resin for the soil centrifuge there to build other stuff. And with the resin, you can build, yet again, more things. So, for example, let's take our small printer. Can we put it on the side of this thing? Looks like you can attach it to just about anything, but it needs to have power. That's the whole thing. The resin, I don't remember what you actually get that from. I do remember getting it. Oh my god, look, there was like compound back here the whole time, too. We don't really need to run all the way out that way. Oh well. Well, we're gonna build some more tethers anyway. There goes that crazy meteor in the back. Because you can never have too many tethers. I mean, you could always have too many, but always good to have them at hand is what I mean. Keeps the old oxygen going. Yeah, so this resin, it's produced by soil centrifuge. So we need to go figure out where we can get resin from. So that is currently where I'm a little bit lost. You know, while we're figuring that out or thinking about that, let's actually go down here and explore a cave. You guys want to go do that? Seems fun to me. So this cave doesn't really have much going on. Oops. There we go. Not really anything down here, but we can keep digging into it and find something, I'm sure. Of course, you never want to get too close in there because you never know what's going to be down there. And you may not be able to get yourself out without doing some serious digging, so something to keep in mind. Yeah, this one's not really turning into much, is it? But still, very, very cool. That you could, like, just take your little gun and you can create whatever holes you want in the game. Just pretty fun. We're going to head out this way. Just to see what we can find. Oh, not close enough. I've lost my rhythm with the tethers. There we go. Is that the resin? It is. Perfect. We found it. Whoops. I apologize for that. Something happened with my window. It totally resized on me. Hold on one second. Let me resize the window back to where it was. I'm not sure why it did that to me. Well, hold on one second. Let me head back. Let me save what I've done here because I got the resin. I'll restart the game. It's not letting me resize the window back to where it needs to be for some odd reason. But that's okay. We'll fix it in a jiff. Actually, we'll be able to test out the save system too, which is probably important. Because you're probably going to get to a planet that you haven't fully explored yet. You're going to want to save. You're going to want to come back to it later. So, let's go in here. Oop, put away our gun. There we go, saving game. We haven't done anything yet. Let's go ahead and... well, we could just save and quit from there. So we'll be right back. Apologize for that, guys. Live show, though. These things happen, right? Well, like I said, I'm actually pretty interested in that. I haven't played around with the save game function before, so we'll get to actually see how that all works. So I'm actually pretty interested. Loading solar system. Here we go. Save one. Load. That didn't take too long. Look, there we are. How cool is that? You just take off from where we are. I really like that, actually. If you're exploring a planet and you just aren't quite, you're done with it for the night, but you're not quite done with your planet, you could save at any point and come back to it later. That is actually very handy. All right, we're going to go throw this resin on the printer, the small printer. And let's see, did we get enough resin? I don't know that we did. We got one that can go there. We need to get a little bit more to fill up a second one. However, if we hit F and examine it, we can actually see what we can build. So, you could create a rover seat, a medium printer, which we already got, medium storage, medium platform A, rover seat. So, none of that stuff is stuff we actually really need at the moment. How about this guy? What is going to power the medium printer? We need like a big platform for this thing, I think, right? We will just put that there for right now. Yeah, because that's a base, it's a starting platform. So if we go examine, if we said a medium platform A, so that's probably what we need for the medium printer. So we got one resin, that should be enough, right? Hey, we gotta put this printer here, because it looks like it's something is in the way of it actually creating its thing. Oop, come on back. Come on, resin. Come on back. Nope. There we go. Yeah, see, I can't really create it because it's like in the way. Can we pull that guy out and move this here? Keeps dropping our resin. There we go. Medium storage, 1 out of 2 resin. That one can create it, but again, I think it's in the way. So I think I have to unplug it. Yeah, and then I can move it. Okay, move it here. One more time. Let's see if we can get this thing printed. Let's see, F. There it is. Okay, so now we can print it. So if anything is in the way, it's not going to print it. You can see now it's outlined in blue. We can create it. So medium platform A, go ahead and make it. So like I said, guys, at this point, I'm experimenting with things. I'm just building things. I'm seeing what's going to work. I have not actually figured everything out yet here. But we are going to unpack this medium platform. And we are going to put the medium platform. We'll put it right there. Does that mean this thing? Yep. Okay, so the medium printer goes on the medium platform. Seems to make sense, right? Plug that guy in. And now the medium platform can make other things. So now the medium platform can make or the medium printer can make a large platform, a research chamber, a large printer, a large platform for the large printer. But the research chamber is probably what's really important there, isn't it? So we're getting to the point where we can make a lot of different cool little things, right? So let's see here. So you see how many bytes you need to actually unlock these other things here? We need quite a bit, and we have not researched enough at all to really research anything cool. We've got 51 bytes so far. We need to we need to collect a lot more bytes to unlock any of this stuff. Yeah, wow, I'm not anywhere near any of this stuff. You need thousands. So what haven't we made yet that we might need? A small generator, maybe? I know that there is a smelting furnace thing that we can get, but I'm trying to remember how that was actually created. Let's see. Well, let's figure out what we want to build next. You know, we haven't built our work light yet, and that takes copper. That's what we need, is a smelting furnace. So we need to find the smelting furnace. Now, the smelting furnace, I remember finding when we were playing it before in the tutorial. We found it in a completely different camp, so maybe that's what we need to do, is just go find another camp that actually has it. So let's continue our way down the tether and see if we could find a smelting furnace. I think that might be research stuff over there. Yep. So let's scan that up. What about these things? What are these? Huh, I don't know. Some kind of weird red tentacly thing. Very strange. We should really head back out here and collect more resin too. Probably important. Yeah, let's make one there. Now see, there's a slightly bigger hole down here. And this might be a place for us to explore. But it could also be a bad idea to go down here, because we might not be able to get out. We're just sliding all over the place. We did collect some more resin, so that's good. So right now we just need to make ourselves some stairs so we can actually get out of here. There we go. Don't want to get stuck anywhere. No one wants any part of that, right? No one wants to go visit a alien planet that they don't know anything about and get stuck in a cavern. That's just like... sounds like one of the big nightmare that no one wants to be a part of. And of course, we don't want to suffocate down there either. Okay, let's break that down. There we go. We got out. We're good. Scared for a second there, though. I saw myself slipping down, and I was like, oh my god. This is going to be terrible. There we go. Alright, let's go around the big hole, because I'm a little scared of it, to be quite honest. We got some things that we can research over here, though. Research, research. There's more resin, and the work light was the copper thing. So what else do we have that we can make? We can make a small generator. Maybe we'll make that real quick. Making all kinds of compound stuff here. Now, your backpack is limited, too. You can only carry so much stuff. So you can see that I have tons of material packed onto my backpack now. It's probably a good idea to head back. Just so that way we can dump our stuff off. And I'm assuming that's what the medium storage bin is for, too. Maybe we can make the medium storage bin and store all this stuff in there, which is kind of cool. We're just going to make a big thing of tethers here. Actually, I'm out of tethers. I'm going to have to make some more of those, too. Let's see here. If we want to go over here and make... let's say we want to make medium storage. There we go. Let's make it. Let's see what happens. I really like the 3D printer, you know, animation that they have for it here too. This is kind of fun. Hold unpack. There we go. We got a little storage thing. And I don't know that that could attach to anything, but honestly, with these little items, I mean, you could just, you know, obviously you could store them on here like so, if you really want to. But quite honestly, like, you could just store your stuff around your camp here, and it can be really messy, but it'll still be usable. Will this attach here? Doesn't look like it attaches, but it does. Nope. It will just hang there, which is definitely something. So there you have that. We need to make tethers, though. There we go. And we're gonna grab another one here and make some more tethers. There we go. Tethers aplenty. And we'll head back out for more materials. We did figure out that we could make a small generator though, right? Yeah. Let's make that as well, because we haven't made that yet. So there's our small generator. We can put that right there. And you can actually put that right there. That actually converts a fuel resource into power. So this is going to turn our the small generator is actually going to turn this organic stuff into power. Now, I don't know where our power reserves are actually at on our machine here. It didn't give us any kind of like low power warning or anything like that. But if you do need power for whatever reason, it could take organic material or whatever here and just completely like grind it up and turn it into power reserves, which is kind of fun. All right, we're gonna save one more time here. We're gonna head back out again. We gotta find something good here. We've been building a few things. And we gotta find some more stuff to research too. But I will say this game also, like, it just seems like a really fun game that if you have a friend that you can communicate with pretty well in a game such as this just seems like a really fun game that you'd play with a friend. Like, where you're like, okay, now we need, you know, we need to collect, you go get the resin, I'll go get the compound, we need to build this as our next step, let's work together to do that. So if you could find a friend who's actually like really good to work with on stuff, I feel like this could be a really fun game to play in co-op. Because you're working towards a real goal, you're working to get off the planet. And I think that is like such a cool and clever way of creating a co-op game, because majority of co-op games, I mean, I love co-op as it is anyway, whenever you're able to get in with games with people and stuff like that. But having a reason, like an actual purpose to work together and do something, to me, I just find that to be really awesome. Oh, okay, so we got an actual research item here. This is what we need that big research plant for, too, is to research the item. So let's take this research item all the way back. And let's see what we need to build that research plant that was available with the medium printer. Because I'm just curious. Maybe we can make this our goal for the Let's Play, is to research this rock. Because it's going to take me a lot longer to get to a point where we're going to have to make the, you know, the ship and the thruster for the ship and all the mechanics that go into that. Like that's probably going to be a few hours of a process to get you, you know, actually to that point. Obviously, you do it in the tutorial, but the tutorial is built in such a way that they probably, you know, want to give you like an end goal of like, this is what you're aiming to get to, but you're going to be, you know, for what it looks like here, doing this all on your own through the single player game. And there's a lot of little steps involved, it would seem. So when you put the mouse close to yourself, you do see that there is a compass around you. So it does let you know where, you know, north, east, south, and west is. I'm not sure what the directions really matter in this, to be honest, or if they matter, but they are there. Yeah, and when you're carrying an item like this too, you're going to move super slow. Obviously, it's more efficient to be able to throw something on your backpack, but this is a gigantic mineral that's just not going to fit on your backpack. There's just no way. Alright, so we'll throw the research item there. Let's examine this. So we need 2 compound and 1 resin, of which we can easily get. So let's go get those things. Let's actually tether up here. We'll get the compound right now up at this thing here. We'll make this our end goal for this Let's Play episode. We'll research this big item, which will hopefully get us closer to getting off of this planet. Alright, I think we have 1 compound. Was it 2 compound? We'll get a second one just for the heck of it here. Go ahead. We gotta be close to getting this one filled, right? Woo! Big slide, big slide. There's some of this material here too. I forget what that's called. But that was one of the things I actually had to smelt to help build pieces for the ship in the tutorial, which you will learn when you do the tutorial yourself. Woo! I like the sliding mechanic. That's fun. Pretty good. Alright. So for this item... let's see, if we put that away and we examine... Nope. There we go. Research chamber. So we already have 2 compound. We need just 1 resin, of which we already have it partway filled with resin. So let's go get that, and then we can build our research station, and we can research that big mineral. See what happens. But, yeah, like I said, this game is deep. I find it fun. It seems like one of those games that's just like a really good, I guess what I would classify as like a checklist game. It's one of those games it's like relaxing, and every night that you put a little bit of time in it, you can cross something, you know, off of your checklist of like, or check something off and say like, okay, today I was able to do this, I built the ship, and then you come back to it the next night. And the next night you do like whatever, you know, the next step is to building your ship to get off the planet. And I think that that's really, really cool. Here we go. Here's a whole plethora of resin over here. There we go. I think we are filled to the gills with resin. But yeah, I know for a long time, people really like games like World of Warcraft, for instance, because they felt like when they played the game every night, they felt like they accomplished something. They felt like they could tick some quests off in their quest log and like, oh, I was able to finish this area, I was able to do this quest and that quest. And this game feels very much like that. This game obviously doesn't give you a quest list or anything like that. It's very open-ended. It's very much an open world, you know, a whole like do whatever you want, go explore and play the game however you want. There is an end goal, but you don't necessarily have to meet that goal if you don't feel like it. You could just go keep exploring and building all kinds of crazy stuff if you want, you know? And that's kind of what I like. It's a checklist game that lets you go at your own pace. And I'm always a big fan of games that let you go at your own pace. Alright, so let's go ahead and create the research center. Or the research chamber, I should say. Boom! We're printing. Yeah, I think games like that are kind of underrated, to be quite fair. It's you know, non-linear games that kind of just let you go at your own pace, I think are kind of underrated. I think a lot of people really like story-driven games, which is great. I do too. But there's just something so relaxing about a game that just like dumps you into a place that says, here, have fun. It's a big sandbox. Go do what you want. This one takes a little bit more time to build. But it is fun watching it get built. It's pretty cool. And it's getting close. There it is. Look, we now have it. So we're gonna put the research center back here, I think. At least for now. So let's unpack this bad boy. Look at that. That is cool. And converts objects into binary data. Okay. But we got to power this thing on, right? Let's see. F examine. Or do we just got to hit the button? Oh, there we go. So it's interesting. This one you don't actually need to plug in or anything, it would seem. So this is how you're going to get the majority of your bytes and stuff, it would seem. You're going to get your bytes by finding these gigantic items, and it's going to kind of like do its thing. So let's see. So this item, it says this item, research item 5959, so it's going to take 60 minutes to research it. And we're going to get what looks like 360 bytes, and we can cancel the research, but the sample will be destroyed, which is kind of scary, isn't it? So, and it says 0 bytes per minute, unfortunately. But we do have, we're up to 179 bytes at this point, which is awesome. The way this thing works, though, it almost looks like it's not working correctly, does it? Is there something we didn't do right with it yet? Do we need to pick it up and... Yeah, it doesn't have power. This thing needs to be put on... I bet it needs to be put on a large platform. I bet that's what it is. There's no power. Yeah, but if there's no power, how is it letting us do the thing? That's my question. Let's see. If we want to build a large platform, we need one more resin. So I hate to tell you guys, but we are going back out for more resin. We're going to get this thing starting to research. Hey, look, there's another research thing over here. So we're going to have to go grab that as well. So that way we have more things to research here. More resin! More resin for my research. I need it. I must have it. We're going to cut through here. Because why not? There's more compound fields over here, so that's good to know. And honestly, it's too bad that you can't mark areas of the map here. You kind of just got to remember where things are at. But it would be really cool if you could just mark it on your own map and say like, oh, over here is the resin fields. Grab some more compound here. And there's another research thing. Okay, so we'll put that away. We'll grab this one too. So I imagine if you have a bunch of those research things going at once, your bytes per minute are really going to go up. And you're going to be able to research stuff pretty quickly. But we're going to drop this for right now. We got more things to research here. There we go. Pretty soon we'll be researching all that cool stuff that's in our backpack there. And actually, I'm just going to drop this right here. Oh, look, we can actually carry it. That's the first. I didn't know that we could carry it. We are walking a bit faster. That's funny. I didn't know that he could carry it. Yeah, he could actually jump with it, too. Probably a low-gravity planet, right? But man, he's got some ability. He's got some strength on him. I don't know why, but I'm getting strong feelings of, what was that game for N64? Is it Space Station Silicon Valley? Is that what it was called? This game, even though you're not turning into like weird critters and stuff like that, it has that sort of feel to it. Like, I think it's the art style and that kind of thing, and the fact that we're out in space. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it made me think of that game for some reason. All right, we're gonna print the large platform. This should hopefully let us put the research center together here. Then we should be good. And while that's printing, I'm going to run out here real quick, and I'm going to get this other big mineral thing to research. So that way we can just keep our research running and running. There we go. Now that I know he can hold it. And there's also one other thing we have to figure out before we go, and that is the emotes. We have not figured that out yet, and I feel like we kind of have to. Alright, cool. So this is now good to go. We'll put that right here. Let's unpack it right there. We're gonna plug it in right there. And we're gonna grab our research thing. There we go. Now it's researching. Look at that. Look at it go. Now if we hit tab, you can see we're getting 7 bytes per minute, which in the grand scheme of things, you may not think it's a lot, but it's more than what we were getting, which was 0. And we got 2 more of these things just waiting to be researched. Look at that. So we're really moving up in the world here. And I am having a fun time with this game, I gotta say. Like I said, I just love being able to go at my own pace and just figure these things out. In a way, it's kind of like a puzzle game, because not everything is explained to you. And you get to just kind of figure out how everything works together. And that's sort of how I like to play games. I don't really like to go to those YouTube videos personally. I don't like to be like, oh, here's, 10 things you should know before you start Astroneer. That's not really my type of playing. I like figuring it all out on my own. So you guys got to see some of that here. And of course I cheated a little bit because I did the tutorial, but hey, everyone needs a tutorial now and then, right? Let's see, if we examine this now. So you see that the time is much better now. So we're still getting about 7 bytes per minute, but this one will be done in about 15 minutes. So each one looks like it's going to take about 15 minutes game time. Alright, so we got one more thing to check out before we call it for today. Let's see, we do have... Let's see. Hold to sprint, where are the emotes at? Emotes 1, 2, 3, and 4. They are literally on 1, 2, 3, and 4. Here we go. So he kind of does a hooray. And he waves. And he's like, come on, follow me. And he scratches his head like, I don't know, how do you do this? These are fun. I like it. Well, I think that is a good place to leave it, guys. So I'm just going to say me and him are going to say goodbye. We're going to wave to you. Want to tell you guys, please, if you don't mind, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to us here on Video Chums here on YouTube, because we come out with a lot of these Let's Play videos, and we come out with a lot of gameplay videos pretty much daily, if not every other day. A lot of videos on the channel, lots to enjoy, and like I said, lots more Let's Plays where this came from. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to my own personal YouTube channel, which is Watch GGRC here on YouTube. And I do all kinds of different videos on my own channel, which is, vlogs, reviews, other Let's Plays. I play Quake and Doom on there as well. So if you're into that kind of thing, that might be something you want to check out. But again, we'll say, hooray, goodbye. And thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you all next time.